in this video. Casey Stoner admits he enjoyed watching Valentino Rossi struggle on the Ducati. Aleix Espargaro wonders why Ducati didn't finish 1-2-3 in the championship. And Gigi Dall'Igna names his outstanding riders, Jack Miller not on the list. My name is Sankalp and this is your Racing News Fix. Just after 1 week of Valentino Rossi retiring, DAZN released a mini documentary named Rivale, meaning rivals, which is Rossi's description in the words of some of Rossi's biggest rivals, Max Biaggi, Jorge Lorenzo and Casey Stoner. And after all the smiles in the photos, nice words about each other, exchanging helmets and whatnot, the gloves are off yet again between Stoner and Rossi, with Casey acknowledging that he enjoyed watching Valentino struggle on the Ducati. The two-time MotoGP world champion started. At the height of Valentino's career, I was one of the biggest opponents. In his time, especially in the early 2000s, he was the greatest rider. He knew how to do things that others could not do. Then Pedrosa, Lorenzo and I arrived and he was not the best anymore. He was not superior to us. In 2007, Casey won the title with Ducati and the relations with Valentino Rossi began to take a different turn. He was kind to me until I became his rival, says Stoner. No one can forget the famous Laguna Seca corkscrew off-track overtake from 2008, and neither does Stoner. He said, "In that championship, we put both mind and heart, but he likes to play with the mind." In 2011, Casey moved to Honda and Vale switched to Ducati. While Stoner dominated on the Honda RC212V, the doctor struggled to tame the Ducati Desmos Edici GP7. Casey admits, "I was happy to see him in trouble with Ducati because he had spoken ill of me and the team. He said he would change the bike, but he was just getting it worse." Further speaking about how well Rossi knew to use his fan base and media to his advantage, Casey continued, "Using his charisma with the media and the fans, he made sure that I looked like his enemy, and he did the same thing with Marquez. From that moment on, I didn't want to play clean anymore. He was good at stealing leaves from others. On the flying lap, he was not fast. It is no coincidence that he lost 2 world championships in the end." In 2021, everyone was taken aback by the performance and versatility of the Ducati bike, and for 2022, everyone is scared of them. After racing closely with many Ducati riders throughout the year, Aprilia's Aleix Espargaro is wondering why the Ducati riders didn't finish 1-2-3 in the championship. Aleix said, "What I don't understand is why they are not first, second and third in the championship. That is the question that should be asked of them. You who are journalists and follow the championship know the potential that this bike has. For us, it is very difficult to fight with them. In the past, they had a lot of power, but now they have that power, the bike turns, they have stability, a lot of grip, basically everything. It is very difficult to fight with them. But this is MotoGP. You have to fight against the best brands and bikes in the world, and next year it will be the same again." And after taking 2 out of 3 titles in 2021 and more importantly instilling fear in the minds of their opponents for 2022, Ducati's Gigi Dall'Igna has no regrets on missing out the riders' title. Gigi said, "You can't have any regrets after a season like this. It will go down in history as one of our best. With hindsight, you can do 1,000 scenarios, but they are of no use. I am happy to have contributed to the growth of the riders and a bike that will be able to fight as the favorite not just next year but in the next few years. This is the most important thing." When asked about his riders who impressed him the most, Gigi said, "I think in addition to Bagnaia, both Martin and Bastianini have done a fantastic job. Jorge took pole in his second race and won in his debut season. That is not easy at all. Ania had the 2019 bike and even with that he managed to do some brilliant races. In the final stages, he was as competitive as the best. Now he must make progress in practice and qualifying. Pecco was incredible. In the last part of the season, he was probably the best rider. He won 4 out of 6 races and it could have been 5 without the crash at Misano. He gets better all the time. When he has reached a very high level, he still manages to take a step forward. That is what surprised me the most." When asked about him not mentioning the name of Jack Miller in that list, Gigi explained, "Given his experience, he was the lead rider and called upon to do a little more to be the title contender. However, the job of a rider is not easy and often the goal is not reached due to some cliché reasons. Jack won 2 races, he was often on the podium, but we expected more consistency from him. However, we are convinced that he is a strong rider and that he is not missing anything to fight for something bigger. What do you think? Can Jack Miller put up a decent title fight in 2022? Let me know in the comments below. If you made it till here, let me know by giving this video a big thumbs up. To stay up to date on all things MotoGP, hit the subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell. Here are 2 more videos which you might enjoy. My name is Sankalp and I'll be back with another video very soon.